Hi there, this is going to be a lesson on whole steps and half steps for music theory. All you need is a piece of paper and a pencil. On your paper, please draw a line down and then a line all the way across the top of your page and then back up like that. And then we're going to cut it exactly in half and just go up a little bit like that. So we've cut it in half. Now we're going to cut each of these halves in half to make quarters. 1, 2. And now we're going to cut each of these quarters in half. So we have broken up this line into 8 parts like that. Now here's the weird part. I need you to draw a little T on some of these that go up. Those two, and then skip one, and then do 3 in a row. I'll back out in a second. So you have the first two, and then you have those. By the first two, I do not mean this one. I mean, I guess if we were to number them, it would be on all of those. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. But then let me back up a second. So right now, yours should look like this. And then we're going to take those T's and bring them up like that. Okay. Oh, whoops, my bad. Erase. Back to my pen. Okay, so some of you may know this as the shape of our piano. And you might want to draw on the black keys, but let's not do this. Please do not draw like I just did like that. But on a piano, these are usually the black keys, and then these are usually the white keys right there. Let's start in by just filling in these notes. It starts with C, and then we just go up the alphabet on the white keys. C, D, E, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Notice we skipped from G to A. And now let's fill in these blank keys after we talk about one more thing. So over here underneath your piano, I need you to make this note. There's a sharp, and this is a natural sign, and this is a flat sign. Sharps go higher. Naturals stay the same. They are the white keys on a piano. And flats go lower. Let me write this in a slightly different way. Sharps go higher. Oh, come back. Sharps go higher and flats go lower. Naturals are the white keys. They stay the same. So if we were to try to figure out what this black key is right here, this way is higher and this way is lower. Because as you can see, we're going up the alphabet this way. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Lower, higher. So above C is this note right here, so we can call this C sharp. Go ahead and write that sharp right there. And with this knowledge, I bet you can fill in the rest of these sharps. We have C sharp, and then D sharp. And I'll pause the video and fill in the rest of our sharps. By now you should be back, and let's check this out. It should be C sharp, D sharp, this is F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and C sharp. I hope you notice that there is no E sharp right here because there is no black key between E and F. Also, there is no black key between B and C. So we are not writing E sharp right there because it's not there. Technically, we can call this E sharp, but that will very, 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 very rarely happen. And then for our flats, because they go lower, and lower is to the left, we can just fill these in coming this way. So B comes down to B flat. I'll draw B flat right here, and you should as well. A comes down to A flat right there. G goes down to G flat. Let me zoom out. E comes down to E flat. And D goes down to D flat right there. So I hope you have all of this filled in exactly as I do right now. Oh, come back. Okay. Exactly as I do right now. Oh, what? Sorry about that. Okay. And then from here, I hope you see that on the same key, we have multiple names. The word we use for this, please make a note of this, is enharmonic. Enharmonic. Enharmonic is when the same note has two different names. For example, C sharp is enharmonic to D flat. As well as G flat is enharmonic to F sharp, right there. On lower down on your page, I would like you to write the following notes. Just write exactly I am right here. Just write A flat, A sharp, D sharp, and G flat. Oh, I wrote that wrong. Sorry about that. A flat, A sharp, D sharp, and G flat. And now I'd like for you to pause the video and then fill in its enharmonic equivalent right next to it. Go ahead. Okay, by now you should be back, and now let's do this together. A flat is the same as G sharp. A sharp is the same as B flat. D sharp is the same as E flat. And G sharp is the same as F sharp. So I hope you have this on your page right now. If you have any of these wrong, just go ahead and fix them right now. These are more for your notes than they are for a gotcha question. I'm going to erase this section, but I hope you keep it on your paper. Next, let's talk about half steps. A half step is a distance from one key to the very next key on the piano. For example, from C to C sharp is a half step. From D to D sharp is a half step. From one note to its sharp or its flat, like A to A flat or A to A sharp, that is the distance of a half step. So I would like for you to fill in the answers of what is a whole step above the following notes. What is a whole step above C? What is a whole step above F sharp? And what is a whole step above A flat? So pause the video, look at your piano and figure it out. What is a half step above C, F sharp, and A flat? Okay, come back when you're done. Okay, by now you should be done. And draw a note next to it that says above by half step. If your page is starting to get full, you might want to think about getting to the other side of your paper or just turning the page. So a half step above C, you actually have two different answers because of the enharmonic. You could have said C sharp, or you could have said D flat, right there. A half step above F sharp is G. A half step above A flat, all we have to do is remove the flat. It's an A. So if you got any of these wrong, go ahead and fix them right there. I'm going to erase these, and now we're going to do by a whole step. A whole step is two half steps combined. Oh, I erased too much. There we go. Okay, a whole step is two half steps combined. So here are some examples. From C to D is a whole step. From D, I gotta zoom in. All right, let me fix this, sorry. From D flat, to E flat is a whole step. From E and D is a whole step. From F to G is a whole step. E to F, though, there is no note in between, so it is actually a half step. From E to F is a half step. And we usually give it that kind of triangle shape to show that while we give whole steps, that kind of shape right there. Don't write any of these markings down on yours yet. Feel free to later. A couple more examples. The distance between G and A is a whole step, and the distance between B and C is a half step. So now let's give ourselves a little quiz in a different way. I'm going to write down a question like C to D equals whole step. I'm going to write down three more, and I will wait for you to answer them. Let's go F to G flat equals what? A to B equals what? E to F equals what? And B to C sharp equals what? Either write a whole step or a half step for these. Okay, go ahead and pause the video. Good luck. Okay, by now we should have drawn our W's and our H's. The distance between oh, I hit the button again. The distance between an F and a G flat is just one key, so that is a half step. The distance from A to B, we have a note in between, so that is a whole step. From E to F, there is no note in between, so that is a half step. And this next one's a tough one. From B to C sharp is a whole step, because there is only one. Oh, come back. Keep hitting the wrong button. From B, there we go. From B to C sharp is a whole step. Whole. And by whole, I mean W-H-O-L-E, like the whole pizza. All right, we're going to do this exact same thing, but kind of in reverse. I'm going to erase this. I hope you keep this here. Further down on your paper or on a different paper, I would like you to find what a whole step is. Oh, where's my pen? Whole step above the following notes. Please write that down. And then let's give ourselves this little quiz. Find a whole step above D, a whole step above G, a whole step above E, a whole step above F, and then B, and then F sharp. And that should be good. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and figure out what is a whole step above each of those notes. Come back when you're done. Okay, by now you should have written down what you think a whole step above each of these notes is. So let's check out D. A whole step above D, so we'll go to D, we skip one note, and we get E. Whole step above G, we start at G, we skip a note, and we get A. For E, it's a little tricky. We skip a note and go to the next one, so we have F sharp or G flat. F sharp or G flat. And then the note, oh, gotta back up to get rid of that. And then for the note F, we have to skip a note, and go to the next one. So we have G right here. All right, sorry about that. Now, a whole step above B is going to be skipping over C to get to C sharp, just like that. So we have C sharp. Its other name is D flat. You'll see that there's not a D over here, but if this were a piano, we would get a couple octaves in a row, and this would be a D, and after that would be another E, F. It just goes on infinitely. And then above F sharp, we skip over G to get to G sharp, A flat. So right now we were able to do this using our piano as a guide. I hope eventually you'll be able to draw this piano from memory, and then you can use this tool anytime to figure out where the whole steps and the half steps are in your music. This works great for any instrument, whether you play saxophone, viola, bass, or cello, doesn't matter. If you imagine the piano, it can help you figure out where your whole steps and half steps are in your music, and this is vitally important. Okay, thank you all for your hard work. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a good day. Bye-bye.